Hello guys. Today, finally I can upgrade my facilities again. It's been 5 weeks since I upgraded our money making facilities for the last time. It's time to bring them up to level 6. Let me do it. We have almost no money left, just 4 millions, around 5 millions. But I knew it before, I calculated it in advance. As I told you before, I use this spreadsheet to control the finances of my team. If you're seeing it for the first time, check this video you see in the cards where I explain how this spreadsheet works. In this spreadsheet, I make predictions and simulations all the time. So I knew that this week I would need this amount of money to build my infrastructure. Therefore, after I spent this last week buying players, I stopped. I could have purchased more players, but I knew that if I did, I wouldn't have enough money left. I also knew when I would receive my sponsorship deals, which made me able to better control my money, and that helped me to plan my actions properly. Here I already have the moment when I should upgrade to level 7. I cannot simulate everything yet because it's too early. My wages may change, other things here may change a lot. Then I'm not estimating so well yet. But I know that by now I would have plenty of money remaining, so I don't have any problem. But as the weeks go by, I will fill up this so that I can properly control my financial movements in order to have enough money to upgrade here again. Here you see that the money I have left is much more than what I have in the game, but this is because I'm partially predicting the week already. I set the sponsorship deal money, which I didn't receive yet, and also for the next match, I have an average attendance that I usually put here if I remove. And also for the youths, I'm considering that I will promote the youth, but I didn't promote yet, so I can erase here. After doing these changes, I have the exact amount of money I have in the game. Okay, when we go back there, you'll see in the end here in the game, I think is 196. So there is a 2 unit difference. But as I explained to you before, I correct it in the end of the season here in this field. Here you can see the 2 unit difference I just told you about. I will be able to upgrade my stadium soon as well. As you can see here, the construction will be done in 4 days. Should I do it? Should I upgrade the stadium? Let's analyze. I opened all the home matches we had so far in the season so that you can see the attendances of each one. Here you see our stadium size, 18,940 seats, and this was our attendance for this match. Let's check the other one. Okay. And you see that in all of the matches, the weather will be cloudy like this. So we're not having the maximum attendance we could have. The maximum you get when it's sunny. Okay, but it could be worse. If it's raining or snowing, the attendance will be much lower than this. Yeah, this one was a bit lower. And this one was like this again. So the highest was 17,400. Then the stadium is not getting full, it's not close to full yet. It's not even going over 18,000. It means that I shouldn't, based on this indication, I should not upgrade now. I should wait. However, for cup matches, I am almost sure that I will have a full house in case I play at home. As I told you before, in cup matches we have higher attendance. Then I will wait to see if my first cup match will be played at home. If so, I will probably increase the stadium by then. I will let you know later. Since my stadium is not getting full, maybe I can take more advantages of my indirect money making facilities. What do you think? Should I increase them now? Let's check too. This is the spreadsheet I use for checking whether I should upgrade my indirect money making facilities or not. I showed it to you before, the video is in the cards. I put some values already here to save some time regarding the facilities and some possible levels for the indirect money making facilities. Now I have to fill up the other ones. Our fan base is a bit bigger than 8,000 supporters at the moment. I will consider that the team will keep winning, so let me put 8,200 here. Oh, this is our stadium size, and the factor we were using before was 2.5. Okay, it would go over our capacity. The stadium would be small, considering this factor. But as we saw in the last matches, I had around 17,300, 17,400, around this amount of supporters in the stadium. Then let me reduce this factor, maybe 2.4. Okay, still too much. 2.3, a bit less. 2.2, a bit less. 2.1, maybe a bit more. 2.15 seems okay. This average of supporters. This can change over time. As I told you, this factor is not exact, it's just an estimation. And at the moment, I see that 2.15 is what makes more sense for my team this season. When we check here the different levels of the facilities, we see that I'm currently level 2 2. If I go to level 2 3, my profit will increase a bit per season, but not that much. And if I go to 3 3, a bit more. Okay, then I should evaluate whether it is worth to upgrade to these two other levels. If I go further, for example, if I go to level 434, it will get more profit, but I need to invest much more money to get here. Okay, then I will not consider these ones. These other ones below it even give me less profit. Then let me just compare with 2 3 and 3 3. At the bottom, as I told you before, I already wrote it here from 2 2 to 3 3 first. In this case, I would have to spend 4,500,000 to build. I would get more profit, as we saw above, and the difference in profit I would get would be self-paid in around 6 seasons. Okay? If I go instead of 3-3 to 2-3, if I just increase toilet, for example, or I just increase parking, it's the same, 2-3 or 3-2. I would have to spend this amount to build. I would get this extra profit per season, and I would spend the same amount of time, around 6 seasons, to self-pay my investment. Based on that, I conclude it's not worth it. Now, I prefer to keep this money that I will spend in the constructions to use in my sell to agent strategy. Later, when I can increase my money making facility to level 7, I should check it again to evaluate the profitability as it will grow. Also, as my fan base grows, these upgrades may become more interesting. Let's see what the future tells us. For now, I'm not upgrading. Let's check our youths now. For this week, I received 2 players, but I fired the other one because he was clearly too bad. I just left this one to promote now with you. Let me do it. Let me check his potential and bloom status. He is 19 years old, so let me take, can be this scout. Okay, not bloomed, late bloomer, and this potential. I should wait for his first training to see what's gonna be his training intensity. Then I will make some simulations with the trader's calculator to decide whether it is better to keep him on my team or to sell right away. At the moment, you see that his agent price is lower than the 200,000 that I paid to promote him. Okay, but I should wait until I get his first TI to decide whether I keep him or not. Let me set his training too already. As you know, I put all of my players in this training to get the highest TI possible. Okay, as I just want to sell them to the agent. Let me show you the last players I bought and sold. Last week I was not so active because I didn't have much money. Then I just bought these 2 players, these last two here. This one, he is in his second year of bloom, and by the end, after 6 months, as I simulated, should be the best time to sell him. After 6 months, I should make around 2 million of profit with him. This other one is a goalkeeper who's bloomed already, and also after 6 months, I plan to sell him and make around 1 million of profit. The players I sold are the ones I showed you before that I was gonna sell. These last three here, okay. I made some good money with them too. For our standard, it's good enough, better than nothing. And I'm planning to sell one more player. Let me show him to you, which is this one here. I was not planning to sell him now. He is in my first lineup. So my plan was to sell him in the end of the season because he would be 32 years old by the end of the season and I didn't want to risk that he could retire next season. Then I would sell him this season. But last week, in one of our matches, he got injured for 8 league matches, 8 games. Now it's 7 because one game has passed already since he got injured. Then I'm not gonna be able to use him for many matches. And one of the players I hired for the sell to agent strategy is able to play in his position and is actually better than him. I also have other average player who I can play in that position. He can be the soup. Then, due to his age and his agent's price is okay now, I decided to sell him this week. It seems like a good decision to make now. In the next video, we will talk about some match results. I just played against the strongest team in the group after mine. It was an interesting game. Wait and see. That's all for this video, guys. If you have questions, write them down below. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. See you soon.